Open our session with the recitation of Al-Fatiha. Ladies and gentlemen, the 9th Asia-Pacific Futures Network Conference, APFN9, is hosted in Malaysia for the first time this year, reckoning local wisdom and regional approaches in promoting academia, industry, government, society cooperation to inspire innovative breakthroughs towards positive futures of sustainability and well-being. Ladies and gentlemen, the 9th Asia-Pacific Futures Network Conference is organized by Asia-Pacific Futures Network APFN, co-hosted by International Islamic University Malaysia IIUM as the UNESCO Chair in Future Studies and Islamic World Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization ISESCO. Also, the conference is sponsored by the Ministry of Higher Education Malaysia and the Jamalulail Chair IIUM. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to the organizer, hosts and sponsors. Without further ado, please welcome Professor Ma'an Fahmi Al-Khatib, IIUM ISESCO Co-Chair, to deliver his welcoming remarks.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And good evening, everyone. Honorable Dato Haji Muhammad Yusuf bin Abdal, Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Malaysia, Her Excellency Senator Pia Kiatano, Member of the Philippine Senate and Chair of the Committee on Sustainable Development Goals, Innovation and Future Thinking, Honorable Tan Sri made a mistake with my own rector. That's okay. Well, it's always like that, you know. Honorable Dato Prof. Emeritus Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of the International Islamic University Malaysia, Mr. Jost Wanga, the Managing Director of the Change Initiative and APFN Chief Navigator, Dr. Haji Muhammad Maliki Muhammad Rapi, Director of the International Youth Center, Prof. Ode Rashid Al-Jayusi, the Chair of IIUM ISESCO Chair in Sustainable Engineering, Prof. Dr. Zainal Abidin Sanusi, APFN9 Conference Director, and the Director of Sajahatwa Center for Sustainability and Humanity, IIUM, honorable guests and distinguished speakers, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just give you a short overview of what is the chair all about. The IIM ISESCO Chair in Sustainable Engineering was established in cooperation between ISESCO and IIUM. And the chair is supposed to be established at IIUM. And the objective of the chair is to develop the capacities, skills, and expertise for sustainable engineering, and also to promote an integrated sustainable engineering with a focus on well-being, sustainability, and humanity. It shall facilitate collaboration between high-level researchers and the world-renowned professors of the university and higher education institutions of the Islamic world. We hope with this chair we will be able to improve our engineering programs to become sustainable, relevant for the future generation, and to encourage more of our students to join science, technology, engineering, and mathematics disciplines, where we can see that there are a little bit of shortage in these disciplines. We make dua that our chair will be able to achieve its goals. And we look forward to work with future UNESCO Chair for Future Studies. I think from the discussion during the conference, we found many areas of potential collaboration, because we need to understand the future for us to plan for better engineering and sustainable engineering programs. With this, I thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Prof. I now have the pleasure to invite Honorable Dato' Haji Muhammad Yusof Abdal, Deputy Minister of Higher Education Malaysia, to deliver his officiating speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin wa bihi nasta'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very good afternoon to everybody. Her Excellency Senator Pia, Member of the Philippine Senate and the chair of the Committee on the Sustainable Development Goals, Innovation and Futures Thinking, Dr. Muhammad Sharif Akbar, Director and Advisor for Science and Technology, Islamic World Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, Honorable Tan Sri Dr. Professor Emeritus Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of the International Islamic University Malaysia, Mr. Josh Wagner, Managing Director of the Change Initiative and APFN Chief Navigator, Dr. Haji Muhammad Maliki Muhammad Rafi, Director of the International Youth Center, Professor Odi Rashid Al-Jayusi, ICISCO Chair, Sustainable Engineering IIUM, Professor Dr. Zainal Abidin Sanusi, APFN9 Conference Director and Director of Sejahtera Center for Sustainability and Humanity, IIUM, honorable guests and distinguished speakers, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today as we gathered to delve into a topic of immense importance, the future. It is an honor for me to stand before you to address the 9th Asia Pacific Futures Network Conference, APFN9, hosted in our country for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, navigating the future for work requires adaptability, continuous learning, and a proactive approach as the world is amid fundamental shifts. By reimagining the future, we can drive the change we want to see. We cannot change the past, but everything we do now change the future. The UNESCO Chair in Futures Studies at the Anticipation for Sustainability and Well-being and the IIUM CISCO Chair in Sustainable Engineering being hosted by IIUM reiterates the Ministry's support for the importance of future literacy as a key area of competency for all. Therefore, among the outputs envisioned by IIUM 2040 are to produce holistic graduates, nurture educators, and students as producers of knowledge and global agents of change. At the same time, aiming universities becomes financially and politically autonomous by becoming a publicly endowed university. Besides moving towards sustainable development goals, I also would like to commend the university for promoting spirituality in the sense of having an inner drive for excellence and balance to encourage a moderate community by having paramount balance of justice and goodness. This aligns with the Malaysia Madani call for sustainability and well-being, which is sejahtera as the local concept of sustainability is also integrated into IIUM curricula through the Sejahtera academic framework. Currently, IIUM has mainstream sustainability through the USRA in action course, which is over 200 community engagement projects joined by over 3,000 students every semester, addressing social, economic, and environmental issues in the community with creative long-term solutions. The combination of the whole institution and community transformation is foundational to support the aspiration for greater national and regional sustainability. Ministry of Higher Education has also mandated IIUM to spearhead the national committee project to propose an alternative university appraisal framework that bridges the gap between academia, government, industry, and society. Under this framework, the domains have been developed which consist of knowledge integration, transdisciplinarity, community transformational leadership, institutional collaboration, sustainable entrepreneurship, and responsible research and innovation. The conference is a convergence of brilliant minds, researchers, practitioners, policymakers, were all united by a common goal to chart a course toward futures that are not only innovative, but sustainable. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenges we face are vast and intertwined, from environmental degradation to socio-economic inequality, to socio-economic equality, from technological disruption to global health crisis. Hence, unified response that harnesses the collective power and knowledge of all sectors are very important. As we know, this conference would discuss the future based on several thematic areas. Firstly, the principle of bridging the gaps among academia, industry, and society for sustainable futures underlines the significance of breaking down silos that often hinder progress. Universities and research institutions are foundations of knowledge where ideas are nurtured and innovation are born. Industry brings practically and market insights, enabling the transformation of groundbreaking concepts into real-world solutions. Government, with its regulatory framework and resources, can create an environment conducive to innovation. Society, the heart of our collective endeavor, provides the context, needs, and aspiration that give our efforts purpose. Secondly, highlighting civilization technologies and the future society beckons us to explore our societies navigate the ever-evolving landscape of technology while preserving our unique cultural identities. Technology undoubtedly has brought remarkable advancement that have shaped our lives. However, the unchecked and indiscriminate adoption of technology can also disrupt social structures and cultural heritage. By fostering collaboration among academia, industry, government, and society, we can ensure that technological progress aligns with the values and aspirations of our civilization. The co-creation of peaceful well-being and inclusive societies is the third focal point, inviting us to reimagine the fundamentals of our societies. The demands for peace, well-being, and inclusivity are universal aspirations, yet achieving them requires deliberate efforts that transcend geographical, political, and social barriers. Through collective cooperation, we can nurture a sense of shared responsibility that propels us towards societies where every individual is empowered, every voice is heard, and every life is valued. Similarly, imagining the various possible future scenarios based on the fourth theme, primordial and artificial intelligence, bridges the gap between the wisdom of ages and the technological prowess of the present. Primordial intelligence encompasses the ancestral wisdom that has guided civilization for centuries. Artificial intelligence, on the other hand, represents the cutting-edge technology that has the potential to reshape industries and societies. Combination of these two forms of intelligence, we can create innovative solutions that are not only technologically advanced, but also deeply rooted in the values that have stood the test of time. In the pursuit of these ambitious goals, The synergy between academia, industry, government, and society becomes paramount. Let us consider the example of sustainable development. Through partnership, researchers can develop eco-friendly technologies. Industries can adopt sustainable practices. Governments can enact policies that encourage responsible resource management, and societies can embrace concise consumerism. Together, this effort can lead us toward a future where prosperity and environmental stewardship coexist. This conference, being a platform of discourse, is a call to action. It encourages networking, collaboration, and exchange among stakeholders at the university, industry, governmental, and the societal levels. The linkages between researchers, practitioners, and policymakers will catalyze the growth of future literacy and foresight in Asia Pacific. I am proud to share that the Ministry of Higher Education Malaysia is the strategic partner of the conference as a symbol of commendation and support for future thinking, foresight towards sustainability and well-being, as promoted by the host, the International Islamic University Malaysia, the custodian of UNESCO Chair in Future Studies for Sustainability and Well-being, and the IIUM ICISCO Chair in Sustainable Engineering. We appreciate the partnering organization from the Malaysian Industry Government, Group for High Technology Might, the Change Initiative, Tam Kang University's Department of Education and Futures Design, and Center for Futures Intelligence and Research, Meta Future, the Pacific Community, and the International Youth Center. We stand united in our commitment to the endeavor. In closing, let us remember that the future is not a distant abstraction, but the culmination of our action today. As we deliberate, discuss, and share insight during APFN9, let us be motivated by the responsibility we bear to a generation to come. The past is not always a good guide to the future. Future's strategic thinking and foresight could help us to understand trends and emerging issues and ally vision for a desired future. Let us strive for innovative solutions, inclusive societies, and sustainable progress. Together, we can shape a future that embodies the values and aspirations of our diverse nations. May this conference be a stepping stone towards the positive future we envision. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you, Dato'. And may we please request for you to stay on stage? I have the pleasure to invite Honorable Tan Sri Dato' Professor Emeritus Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of IIUM, Professor Ode Rashid Al-Jayusi, IIUM ICESCO Chair in Sustainable Engineering, Professor Dr. Ma'an Fahmi Rashid Al-Khatib, IIUM ICESCO Co-Chair in Sustainable Engineering, on stage for the officiating ceremony and signing of plaque. and gentlemen, we will also have an MOU exchange between IIUM and ISESCO in relation to the establishment of IIUM ISESCO Chair in Sustainable Engineering. Thank you, Dato, Tan Sri, and all. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, I will now pass the floor to Mr. Jos Wagner, Managing Director of the Change Initiative and APFN Chief Navigator, for the presentation of the APFN Awards ceremony.
I don't know, I feel more comfortable with the microphone in my hand. Honorable Minister, Professor Razak, dear colleagues and friends, as you know, we have started to create the APFN Awards, and we wanted to use the opportunity to have the presence of the Honorable Deputy Minister for Higher Education of Malaysia to do this ceremony here today at APFN9. It's the award for 2022. Maybe we're a little bit late, especially we are futurists, so we shouldn't be late, right? But however, I think it's an opportunity, and I think from now on, we will always hand the awards during the APFN conference. But before I start the ceremony, and we don't have any script, I just wanted to say one more time thanks to the Deputy Minister for supporting the APFN. You see the main sponsor is the Ministry of Higher Education. Please give a hand. Thank you so much. It's very important for us that we come together once a year, and without your support it wouldn't have been possible. Thank you very much, sir. So we had different APFN awards categories, and we wanted to have our colleague here, but she could not join for various reasons. She was actually called in a meeting at the Asian Development Bank. You probably all know who I'm talking about. Maybe at least we can say thank you from here for the most important individual contribution for enhancing future thinking in Asia and the Pacific. Please give a hand for Dr. Suzanne Roth. She did an amazing job since she was exposed to future thinking many years ago, maybe 5-6 years. ADB is also a role model for future thinking, and they even just inaugurated a future thinking innovation space a few days ago. So, but now we are coming to people who actually came all the way, and we can hand over physical awards. And may I request the Honorable Deputy Minister and Professor Razak to join me one more time on stage. And the first category is actually in collaboration with the Journal of Future Studies. And that's why I would introduce to you, and you probably have been, at least some of you, in her workshop today. Please give a warm welcome to Professor Anisa Abdullah from Tamkang University. So the first award, and we have, there it is, and actually we are very proud of it. It looks very beautiful. No, not for you, not for you. You're handing over. She wants it, but she doesn't get it. This one is in collaboration with the Journal of Future Studies, and Dr. Anissa is a chief editor for the Journal of Future Studies. So many of you have already published, or if I can predict the future, you will publish in the Journal of Future Studies. So may I call upon the founder and president of Agahi Pakistan for the best article enhancing future thinking in the Asia and Pacific community, Ms. Puresh Chaudhary from Pakistan. Puresh, can you please stay with us? And we also had a lot of problems to agree on the best article. As you can imagine, there are different perspectives and different qualities you look at an article. And so that's why we decided to give 2 honorable mentions. And we had a big group of futurist colleagues who actually was very difficult to facilitate to come to a consensus. So we wanted to honor also one colleague who is here with us. She is originally from Australia. She's the author of Futures with Friends, The Birthing of Change, a very good article to read. So we want her to be acknowledged with an honorable mention award for an excellent article. And please welcome to us Kate Houston. And she came all the way from Australia. So when we decided on the ceremony, we still don't have any script, but I wanted to give the mic for 1 minute to both of you, so you can just say something about your article, or greet your mother and father like at the Oscars.
Thank you, Jos. Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Anissa. I will discuss the article tomorrow morning, just a bit about it, but other than that, it's a very difficult task to get yourself published in this journal. So it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of back and forth to actually make that happen. But had it not been for Professor Sohail Inayatullah, Jost yours, and Professor Anissa yours, it wouldn't have been possible. And also, just like all the Oscars, I'm grateful to my parents, and I'm grateful to my partner, and all my family back at home. Thank you.
Honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is an honour. My thanks to the Asia Pacific Futures Network for this significant recognition. Nothing is more affirming than peers telling you that you've done well. I would like to express my gratitude and appreciation to the MetaFutures team of Sohail, Ivana, Adam, and the very patient Ralph Mercer. And a shout out and a thank you to my study mates, and my forever gratitude to Lisa Fraser. Carol Dweck expressed it beautifully when she said that friends give each other the wisdom and courage to make growth-enhancing decisions. This reminds me that how important we are to each other's journey. We need each other.
Thank you very much. And there was a second award. I never use my phone, but I wanted to mention, as also Professor Oraon is here in the room, and there were two people, I think, who did their PhD at, one is doing the PhD at a university in Chiang Mai. So Ms. Tasanawan Bunmawachit, also known as NOC, and in collaboration with Professor Piyapong Busabong, they have also received an honorable award, and I will make sure they will get them properly handed over in the next weeks. So please give a hand to them as well. So may I request, this is for the JFS APFN Awards. So Dr. Anissa, thank you very much for joining. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Kate. And you have one more job to do, then I'll allow you to sit down and enjoy the Malay food. So we have one more award, and this is a special one, and we have people who have traveled probably the furthest for coming here to also receive it. So the last category is actually for institutional contributions. We also wanted to honor an organization or an organizational unit that actually contribute to enhancing future thinking in Asia and the Pacific. And this year, last year, but it was very easy to identify the organization we wanted to give the honor to. And this is actually, please give a big hand to the SPC, the Pacific Community Strategy, Performance and Learning Unit. The Pacific community gets the award. And we have actually all people here, and this one I definitely wrote down. So please welcome on stage with us Sarah McCartney, Crystal Griffiths, Christina Hazelman, and Emily Sharp. And now we're going to hear for a minute a little bit about their work. Who would like to speak on behalf of the team?
I think I got the honor. Thank you very much, everyone. I think we've always been most appreciative of this community. It's Asia and the Pacific, and to be able to be Pacific, to come and share, we just thank you for your generosity of your time and your knowledge, and we look forward to more APFNs. I would like to say thank you very much to the hosts as well, and for all the lovely food and the camaraderie and the colour. So thank you.
And tomorrow we have an exclusive session here in the plenary, and you can hear about the amazing work and journey. Don't miss it. It's excellent, I can promise that. So one more time, our awardees 2022 for the institutional contribution to the Asia-Pacific Futures Community. SPC, the Pacific Community. Can I hear one more applause? Thank you very much, and I also say thank you one more time to our Deputy Minister and Professor Razak. Please, now it's time for food. I think this concludes everything. I don't know, I will hand over back to our MC, Ashari.
Thank you, Jost.
For any lack of formalities, I take responsibilities.
All right. I have the pleasure to invite once again Honorable Datuk Haji Muhammad Yusof Abdal, Deputy Ministry of Higher Education Malaysia, accompanied by Honorable Tan Sri Datuk Professor Emeritus Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of IIUM, and Ms. Emily Sharp, Director for Strategy, Performance and Learning at the Pacific Community, SPC, and member of the APFM Steering Committee, for the presentation of Token of Appreciation on stage. Most please welcome. First, a presentation of Token of Appreciation from IIUM to Ministry of Higher Education. Next, a presentation of Token of Appreciation from APFN Steering Committee to Ministry of Higher Education Malaysia.
So, just a brief explanation. This is a traditional Fijian tapa. It's made from the mulberry leaf, mulberry paper tree. Each Pacific island has a unique design. This particular design is from Fiji, and it's meant to tell stories of our history and our past. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Dato, Tan Sri, and Ms. Sharp. Thank you. You may return to your seat. Before we continue, I would like to call our official photographer for a group photography session. Ladies and gentlemen, you may remain at your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, the moment we are waiting for, I now have the pleasure to invite all of you to enjoy our humble dinner. Bon appetit. Thank you.